Plyometrics are one of the best ways to improve your leg power, but they're also one of the most misunderstood and misused training variables. So today I'm going to show you the right way to use them. And yes, we will talk about box jumps. Welcome back to Goalie Training Pro TV. I'm Maria Mountain here. I'm an exercise physiologist. I specialize in off-ice training for hockey goalies, which means I help you win more games with fewer injuries. Today we are talking about plyometrics and how it translates into your speed and power on the ice. So power really is what feeds your speed, that ability to apply your force very, very quickly. That's what makes you Speedy Gonzalez on the ice. And I look at speed when I work with goalies. I look at speed as a skill, and so I talk about teaching speed, not training speed. We train things that feed into your speed, but speed itself is a skill. And to some extent, the same goes with plyometrics, developing power. It's a skill. So we start by teaching the foundation, and the foundation is deceleration. So this isn't sexy. This isn't the bit like the box jumps that you're going to post on your Instagram, but it's how we train speed and explosive power while reducing the risk of injury. So the first exercise is really simple, but we are really deliberate with our practice. We really are trying to do it properly, not just go through the motions. So it matters. So when I say I'm going to have my, elbows at 90 degrees, my shoulders flexed to 90 degrees, I don't want it to be here or here or here or here. I want it here. And then we're going to hammer down with our hands as we drop down into a squat, and then we're going to land in that good landing position. We're going to land forcefully. So we'll start here. We will actively hammer down with our hands. Boom. And we'll land in that good squat position. And you'll see from the side, you'll see that I rocked forward a little bit when I landed. It wasn't perfect. It's not going to be perfect. That's why we start by practicing this skill. So we start here, hammer down, and we're in a strong position here. So if someone came and gave us a nudge, we'd be nice and strong. My torso's strong, my legs are strong, my hips are strong. My knees aren't caving in. You'll see that a lot. And video yourself to see, sometimes you'll initiate and your knees will fall in. We need to correct that now because our deceleration is the foundation of our acceleration. My back is in a nice neutral position. Some of you will end up here. You need to sit back in your hips and get a nice neutral spine. You'll be angled forward. You have to be. But you don't want your bum way up in the air. You'll start with 2 sets of 4 to 6 repetitions, and you'll hold that bottom position for about 3 seconds, just to really be strong in that position. Again, great idea to set up your phone to see what you look like from the front and what you look like from the side, and then adjust your technique. When you can do that bilaterally, so on 2 feet like we've been doing it, then the next challenge is to go to unilateral. So same thing, starting with your arms in that good position, dropping down, hammering down hard, finding that balance for 3 seconds, and then resetting each time. Again, watch that knee. If you're landing and the knee is in, that's not it. That's a compensation pattern or a dysfunctional pattern. You want to have that knee in line between your ankle and your hips. And it's not easy. If you lose your balance, get it back and come into your good finish position. And then practice it. If you are really struggling with it, then go a little slower until you can find that bottom position and then build in the speed. But again, you'll progress to 2 sets of 4 to 6 repetitions on each leg with that 3-second hold at the bottom. Once you have your deceleration dialed in, then we can start working on acceleration. So we're going to start just with a jump, squat, and step. So we start here. It's going to be a drop squat. Just like we did before, we're going to hammer down, but this time we're going to hammer up. We're going to jump in the air and then hammer down to have our good strong landing position. So it's going to be here and putting lots of energy into that. It's a 2-second hold at the bottom. I'm a slow twitch animal. I'm a long distance machine, so my vertical isn't that great. It isn't that forceful, but I'm trying to be as fast as I can. I'm trying to get as high as I can, as fast as I can. 2-second hold. You will do 2 sets of 4 repetitions like that with a 2-second hold. Some of you are gonna be like, oh, I wanna do more, I need to do more, I didn't feel that. We're not trying to fatigue you. We're trying to build your speed and power. We're trying to teach you to be explosive. So I wanna keep the volume low so that you're focused and so that fatigue isn't an issue for you whatsoever. I'm going to give you the most important thing about box jumps next, but first I want to remind you that you need this foundation. You need to follow this progression, because if you don't follow this progression and build the foundation, number one, you dramatically increase your risk of injury, because even when you do these simple drills, you're going to see for yourself, wow, there's a lot of wiggle in there, or there's, my technique isn't right on, I'm not distributing the load effectively. The other thing is you're not going to get the gains that you want, because it's the kind of thing, like I say it all the time, I can't just put a Formula One engine into my Honda Civic and expect to have Formula One performance. I need all those things. I need that control. I need the strength. I need the power to really make the most of things like box jumps, depth jumps, that kind of thing. So be patient, follow the progression, build that foundation, and now we'll actually get you jumping onto something. Before we get you jumping onto a box, we're going to start with repeated squat jumps. So we finished off just doing squat jump stick. Now we're going to do repeated squat jumps where we're linking them together, but our mechanics are going to stay the same. We are going to use our arms a lot to help with this, even though we're not using our arms on the ice to help us move around. When we're building this foundation, we're going to include our arms in that kinetic chain. So we're going to do repeated squat jumps. We're going to do 4 squat jumps and then a stick at the end of the 4th. And then we'll stick. So the cue I always give the athletes I'm working with is you're trying to get as high as you can, as fast as you can. And again, video yourself so you can see what you do, because some athletes won't bend their knees very much. They'll really jump, sort of from their hips and their back. You need to get that triple flexion, triple extension. You're not trying to go into like a deep, deep squat, but you want to get in that power position each time. And if you have any questions about that, just drop a comment below and I'll help clarify it for you. Now we finally get to jump on something. Woo! And people will message me and be like, I know you hate box jumps. It's like, I don't hate box jumps. What I hate is people doing box jumps with crappy form. People, elite athletes doing box jumps on stacks of 45-pound bumper plates that then are like wiggling back and forth. What I don't like is putting athletes at risk, and I don't like giving athletes exercises that aren't beneficial to them at that time, even if they can do it. We're always looking for, is there a better way that gives us better results with less risk? So we'll leave the old 30-inch plyo box for now, and we'll bring out the old it's not a Reebok step technically, but it's like a step, okay? And we're gonna do a box hop up. We love the box hop up, and as you'll see, the height of the box has no impact on how high I can jump. So if I can jump this high and land on a 20-inch box, or I can jump this high and land on a 30-inch box, I'm still getting the same power application. So really the height of the box is just for show, or if you're testing something, or it's a competition, I suppose. But in training, there's no reason we need to land on a box that high. The benefit of landing on a box is that it takes away some of the landing impulse, the impact. So we're getting less sort of repetitive impact on our joints. That's really the benefit of landing on the box. So we're going to do our same mechanics, drop down, power up, and stick the landing. And then we're just going to step off. We're going to be aggressive with it. We're going to make it a little ugly, because we're really trying to put as much force as we can into the ground as quickly as possible. And then reset. So with the repeated squat jumps, we're going to do 2 to 3 sets of 4 to 6 reps in a row, making sure you're giving yourself lots of rest in between sets. With the box hop-ups, same thing, 2 to 3 sets of 4 to 6 repetitions, sticking that landing, resetting each time. So I know and I appreciate that y'all want to get onto the box hops and the fancy stuff and the bounding and that kind of thing. And we'll get to that. But the best time to sort of build this foundation, work on some of these more basic, less sexy drills, is during your early off season. We can add these in with very little risk and build those skills you need. So that as then in your gym training, you're building that strength you need. Because just doing plyometrics alone isn't going to take you to the promised land. We need to build that reservoir of strength by training hard in the gym, lifting heavy in the gym at the right time, not all the time, but at the right time. So then we can convert that force into power. So power is really the rate of force production. The speed with which we can fire our muscles, we can improve it to some extent, but it's also somewhat limited by just our physiology. But the amount of force we can apply, we can improve by training in the gym. So that's why getting strong in the gym is so important to improving your speed. And in the gym, you need to build that overall strength. So you will be doing squats and things like that. You also need to build your goalie strength. So check out this video where I walk you through a progression so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's consider this basically like a level 1 plyometrics video. Let me know if you'd like me to do a level 2 plyometrics video in about a month or so. Just drop a comment below. Let me know if you'd be super keen for that, and I will put it on my list if enough of you are interested. Otherwise, do not forget to hit the like, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to hit the bell. There's so much to do, so little time. How about I just see you next week? Same bad time, same bad channel. I love you guys. And you know what? Like, thanks a lot for watching. Like, genuinely thanks a lot for watching, because I know there's a million kitten videos you could be watching right now. And I appreciate that you chose to watch this one instead of kittens. That's like high praise, so thank you.